a GP or a specialist sleep physician will advise a person about whether they are able to drive. Sometimes we advise people to stop driving while they're under the process of investigation. Sometimes that advice is given after a diagnosis is made. But I do want to stress that in sleep apnea, most of the patients with the diagnosed condition are fully controlled with treatment and do get back to active driving.
Katy, you had the opportunity at the end of the trial to address directly the man responsible. Yes. Can you give us a sense of what your message was, both to the court and also to a wider audience, I suppose, watching the case, and what lessons could be learned?
I suppose my message to the court was actually just to try and describe Andy as a human being rather than the cyclist who went over the bonnet, because it's quite awful having to listen to it all. And to the driver itself, it was, why did this happen? And just trying to explain to him that it was unnecessary, it shouldn't have happened, but it has happened, and that we kind of understand why it happened. People make bad decisions and there are horrific consequences, but it's now time for both of our families to move forward, and hopefully for other people to learn lessons from what has happened with us.
What lessons do you think people can learn? What would you say to anyone who thinks they may have this condition, or even simply tired, going out on the road tired?
I think that no one ever expects to be involved in a serious or fatal road traffic accident. You don't really think as drivers as criminals, and you don't want to be on either side of it, be it as the driver or as the victim or the victim's family. But people are so used to cars that I think they forget that they can be potential killing machines. And people, you need to think when you get in a car whether you should do, and when you are in it, that you have to be paying attention, and especially around vulnerable road users. If you are passing a cyclist, you should be doing so by passing with as much space as you would do passing a car. That means on the other side of the road if possible, and if you cannot do that, do it extremely slowly and carefully. If you pass too fast or too close, there are devastating consequences, and it's for that reason that my 3 children have not got their daddy, so don't let it happen to you.
Katy, really appreciate you coming in to tell us your story. Dr. Needham, thank you as well.